everybody, I'm in Glasgow today to do the second part of my horror stories for Halloween. I'm in Glasgow and I'm starting off here at the Gorbals. Here's the Gorbals vampire mural. I will tell you the story about the Gorbals vampire once we get to the graveyard. Next place on the spooky list is the Scotia Bar. The Scotia's got so many haunted stories going around, so many haunted ghost stories. Join me on the inside and I will tell you about the Scotia Bar. The Scotia Bar was built in 1792 and it served people from sailors to merchants to dock workers and the passengers from the River Clyde. It's just down the road. It was also once popular with performers from the nearby theatre, the Metropole Theatre. In 1906, Arthur Jefferson took over the management of the Metropole and his son worked in the ticket office. And his son Arthur Stanley Jefferson worked in the box office and collecting tickets. Arthur fell in love with show business and changed his name to Stanley Lawson, and then became one half of the comedy duo Laurel and Hardy. During the 1960s and 1970s, the Scotia Bar was a haven for performers from next door in the Metropole Theatre. It had folk singers and poets and other performers visited the bar. Jenny Rafferty and Sean Connery were the two people that played some gigs in this bar. A few performers are said to haunt the pub. Reported sightings of a woman in a white dress. She sits at the bar or in the snug where I am sitting at the moment. Also a story of a man who once was a manager who hung himself in the cellar. Bar staff was nice enough to give me a booklet that the previous paranormal investigators have been and they've wrote their stories. I'll show you in a moment. That was my experience in the Scotia Bar. It's a really nice bar. I really like staying in there. The next place on my list is the Trongate Theatre. Standing tall above the Trongate Road near the Salt Market, its church-style steeple with Gothic carvings that are all stained with old age. The theatre has plenty of history behind it. It's been a meeting hall, a place of execution, a police station, and the building before that was the venue for the Hell's Fire Club, until they almost burnt it down in 1793. Mediums and experts in the supernatural have been drawn to the auditorium. They have came to investigate reports of apparitions, mainly active in the Victorian bar and the back 2 rows of the main playhouse. They've been describing a threatening presence that will send a chill down the spine. Paranormal activities include footsteps, doors opening by themselves, and an appearance of a hooded figure or a phantom child. Some have even said they have felt icy fingers on their backs. Sir David Livingston. In the Glasgow Cathedral. It's closed at the moment. So we are heading up to the necropolis. It's a good view. Coming into the graveyard, we're turning left. Further up. So a lot of unusual gravestones here. Splits into two ways. You can go that way. Sorry about the wind. Or you can go that way. Or you go this way. Also, you can take some stairs. I'm not going to take the stairs. Anybody who's coming to walk the graveyard, bring some sensible shoes because it's very uneasy and it's uphill. $18.62. Oh, go this way. Oh, that's pretty. Walter McFarlane, founder of Postle Park, died on 18th October 1885 at 69. Can't really see that, but that's pretty. That's really pretty. That one's headstone's missing. No word of a lie there. When I was just walking along, where is it? I seen a figure behind that graveyard dressed in black. I'm definitely not kidding. I definitely seen it. Glasgow Necropolis. It's located on the hillside between the neo-Gothic towers of the Royal Infirmary and Duke Street, and forming a sea of tombstones and definitely rife with paranormal activity. In 1954, stories say that children were spotted stalking the gravestones with stakes at the ready. When asked what they were doing, the children said they were hunting a sharp-toothed bloodsucker. Word had spread like wildfire that a 7-foot-tall vampire with a set of iron teeth had dreadfully murdered 2 children. The children, young children, were determined to dish out their own justice, no matter how large the monster. The kids ignored the pleas from the adults and teachers not to visit the graveyard and to look for the vampire. The children never did find the monster. Eventually, everything calmed down once the police was called to clear the necropolis. American Horrors Comics took the blame for this rumour, and the issue went all the way to Parliament, who brought in the Child and Young Persons Harmful Publications Act of 1955. To this day, nobody knows if the Gorble vampire is real or if it's just a figment of the imagination. Hopefully we don't see the Gorble's vampire, because it's starting to get dark and I'm scared. Helicopter off in the distance looking for somebody, I think, or just checking on traffic. Oh, sliding. It takes down. Nice looking building. What is this? We've got Ralph Wardlaw. Duncan McFarlane. This is the highest part of the graveyard. This character's caught my eye. It's Charles Tennant. man, Charles Tennant, he discovered bleaching powder. And go and look him up. Look at the story about the bleaching powder. And his story's famous, a famous man. Let's see what's in here. I'm scared. A couple of stones. That's so pretty. Really like that's really pretty. And it's got lights up the top. Okay. Well, I've got a good photo of it. I'll show you a tiny some information about the Royal Infirmary. Like many old hospitals, they have a lot of history. Of course, many are definitely haunted. Patients, staff and visitors have reported various sightings of which have been very varied and strange. One sighting is that the Whisperer in Ward 27 who has said to have conversations with sick patients. The Whisperer is also known as Archie, an elderly man who wears a hairnet. He has been said to talk to patients who are close to the end of their life. He seems to be guiding them into the afterlife. I can't find any data that tells me what happened to him and how he died. Another story is that there is a grey lady of the Royal Infirmary. She is seen lingering in and out of corridors by nurses and doctors. Have you ever visited the hospital? You may have seen her by mistake and think that she was a patient. Probably nosy in here. I'm quite scared. Try no slip. I'm scared. Oh, nothing jumps out of my legs. Oh, these are fun. Oh. Oh, it's high. Don't jump out on me. Oh, there's a tombstone in there. In the necropolis you've also got the Jewish enclosure and William Wallace Memorial, which is down there somewhere. Yeah, I'm not going that way, but it's down that way if you want to have a wee visit. Just go down the hill when you see this building when you come into the gardens. That lovely building there is the Cathedral House Hotel. The Cathedral House Hotel in the northeast of the city might be a stylish place to stay these days, but it's not always been the case. Back in the late 1800s, it was a rehabilitation centre for female prisoners who was released from the notorious Duke Street prison. Rumour has it that the spirits of old inmates can still be felt in the hotel, including phantom children regularly heard on the top floor. Some guests talk of a paranormal presence that causes the sensation of being touched on their arm. Paranormal investigators have reported lights anomalies, chairs moving and voices being whispered. Will anybody be staying in here in the future for a spooky, spooky night? Come and have a look, come and book. That concludes my day out in Glasgow, everybody. I hope it's been alright. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going home now for a long bath. My legs are killing me. Thank you everybody for subscribing and watching my channel. Thank you to everybody who have newly subscribed to my channel. It's very much appreciated. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care everybody. Bye bye.